For almost a year now, our church at the First Reformed Church of Palmerton Plains has had an exciting new co-pastor model where you've seen your pastors change some of our responsibilities. Some things we do differently, some things we do together. And if you're still learning about what this co-pastor model looks like, we thought we would do a fun interactive game for you today for you to see what Pastor Dave and I do in our everyday responsibilities. We have some fun questions to go through together.
Yeah. All right. Even though you both participate in worship, who takes the lead on worship planning? Even though you both participate in discipleship, who takes the lead on planning discipleship events like Bible studies? Who does pastoral care such as home and hospital visits? Who takes the lead on mission and outreach? Who guides the church staff and consistory in vision and goal setting? Who do I go to if I have a question about my faith? Who do I talk to if I don't like a sermon? What do you like to do for fun?
So many things. I love being outside. Both Zach and I love hiking and kayaking. Zach grew up right on the Delaware River, and so we love kayaking down that river together. Spending time with friends, but basically anytime outside, we are happy.
Oh, well, I like to be outdoors as well. And my favorite thing to do when I have the time is to take my kayak down to one of the lakes here and do some fishing. And mostly bass fishing. I grew up doing that in Florida, and so I enjoy doing that here as well. I also really like working in the garage on projects around the house or on our cars at our family drive. It's another thing I really enjoy doing.
What do you love about being a pastor?
So many things.
Ooh, well, if you know me, you know that I'm transitioning from serving here at the church as the Director of Youth and Family Ministries into the role of being one of the pastors here at the church. So there's just things that I'm looking forward to that I've not had an opportunity to participate in the past. And that would be the sacraments. The opportunity to officiate at a wedding is going to be a blessing. The opportunity to participate in the sacrament of baptism with a family, I'm really looking forward to as well. And then over the last couple of years, the opportunity to be more involved in pastoral care here at the church. It's been a challenge. It's also been a blessing to walk with families through those moments when they need a little support, a little spiritual support, emotional support. Those things have all been a blessing, and I look forward to that role expanding once this journey toward ordination is complete.
Being a pastor, you get to enter into people's lives in the holy moments, in the moments that are really difficult and really joyous. And in those moments, you get to share with people about God's love. God's love holding them in the difficult and the good moments. And you get to be the person embodying and giving witness to that hope. And it just truly is an honor and a joy.
What's your favorite book of the Bible?
I enjoy how practical and just the wisdom contained in the book of James.
I really love John. I think John might be up there with my favorites.
But I love the Exodus story.
I also really like the Psalms, too.
I think much of the character of God is revealed in the Exodus story. And God as liberator, God as rescuer, God's love is shown for the people of God in that story. And so the book of Exodus is another favorite.
What's your favorite Christian holiday?
Ooh.
Can I pick two? Oh man, Easter and Christmas together, probably.
I like Christmas and Easter, but to be honest, I'm a big Pentecost Sunday guy. I enjoy celebrating that in the church, wearing red, colors in the church, and the liturgical colors of red, the birth of the church, the oncoming Spirit of God in the people of God. That whole moment is special to me, and so that's a favorite church season for me this Sunday, Pentecost Sunday.
Can you tell us a little bit about your family?
Yes. So I'm married to Zach. He also is a pastor of the First Presbyterian Church in Fort Jervis, New York. And we've been married for almost 4 years now. We have a cat and a dog, Clyde the cat, and Hudson, the rescue dog, and they're our wonderful little family. My family grew up in Nebraska, and they all still live there. I have farming roots that I'm very proud of, and Zach's family is in the Pennsylvania, Matamoros area.
Been married to Teresa. We're almost about to celebrate 30 years together. We have 2 kids. Grant will turn 24 very soon. He is a public school teacher, teaches music in the public school system in Passaic. And Cade is coming up right behind him. He's a junior in high school at Eastern Christian High School. And then we have our rescue dog, Boris, who you'll see me with in the cemetery nearly every day around noon if you want to meet Boris. And then we have 2 international students living with us. They are from China. They're attending school at Eastern Christian. One is named Felix, and the other is named Carls.
Why do you wear that little white clergy collar sometimes?
Clergy collars are such an interesting thing. Some people love them, some people don't. Some people only see them in certain traditions of our faith, like the Catholic Church. I started wearing a clergy collar when I was doing ecumenical work, meaning when I was participating in large groups of Christians of all different traditions, knowing that as a young woman, I often am not the first thing people think of when they think of pastor. And so for me, a clergy collar is both an opportunity for me to identify as a pastor to someone who may not think of me that way when they first see me, and it's an act of hospitality so that if someone is looking for a presence of a pastor, that they know who I am.
When does your ordination come from?
We just don't even know. My ordination, there are 2 sets of exams coming up. One set in May that you could say is for the Reformed Church in America to examine me, and then I come back and local leaders here in our classes will perform their own examination, and at that point, when I finish those moments, I'll be able to answer a call and be ordained once I follow that call, and First Reformed Church has planned to extend a call to me, and then we'll schedule an ordination service. So that could be this summer, maybe July. We may wait until the fall so that there can be a little higher level of participation than there would be in the summer. But very soon, in the next few months.
What are you excited for about your ordination?
Well, I took my first seminary class in 1999. And so we're approaching 25 years since I took that first class. I took a few classes in seminary and then sort of set that aside for a while to start a family. Many years later now, that journey's coming to an end, and I anticipate it being a really emotional moment. And I look forward to those moments that a pastor is able to share in with a family. And I look forward to taken on a very different role than the role that I've had for all these years. Looking forward to all of it.
Can you describe the ecumenical work that you did?
Yes, so I am so blessed to participate in some of the Reformed Church in America's ecumenical work, which means bringing together Christians from all different branches of the Christian tree: Catholic, Reformed, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Evangelical. And as we gather together, we're working for Christian unity and our common witness for God's love and justice and peace. I participate in several different ecumenical groups right now. I'm on the Central Committee of the World Council of Churches, which is their board, on behalf of the Reformed Church in America, and I also serve on the International Committee of the Global Christian Forum on behalf of the Reformed Church in America.
I hear that your class is president. What exactly is the classes, and what do you do as president?
So the classis, good Dutch word, same word as the word presbytery in the Presbyterian Church. It is a gathering of churches. So you could almost say that we are organized into a district of sorts. A classis would be a similar gathering where local churches in the Passaic Valley gather together quarterly to do the business of the church. The classis is also where decisions that come from General Synod are ratified at the classis level and the local church level. So there's a lot of decision making at the classis level. There's pretty much an equal representation of ordained clergy people and also volunteers, elders in churches who go to classes to conduct this business. And for 1 year, I have the opportunity to preside over those meetings to keep us moving forward. And I think it's also an opportunity to push the local leadership a little bit to try some new ideas and create a little momentum in the classes over this next year. So that's what a classis is, and that's what my role is in the classes for a year.
What would you say is hard about being a pastor?
There are moments where you are with someone who's feeling very scared, who has just suffered a deep loss of some kind. And being with them in those moments is a blessing. To have an opportunity to try to be a source of encouragement, to just sit with somebody. Talking isn't always even necessary in those moments, but to be a presence with somebody in those moments. At the same time, I feel their loss very deeply. It's hard to set it down. It's hard to be non-emotional in those moments. You're always trying to find the right words to say, even though there probably may not be any exact words that will fit the moment. So those moments are both a blessing and a great burden that I am proud to carry, but it can be challenging.
I think what comes to mind for me with that question is there's just not enough time for everything I want to do. There's always more programs, always more time we could spend with people. I wish I just had more time today to do all the wonderful things I wish I could do.
If you could sum up what is most important to you in your ministry in one sentence, what would you say?
I think that I'm a big Ephesians 4 person. Ephesians 4 says that there are some that are called to be pastors and teachers and evangelists and prophets. And one of the roles that they play is to equip the saints for the work of ministry. And so I think it's important that everybody goes on a journey to discover how they're uniquely gifted to be a kingdom builder. I think it's a great source of joy to discover how you're gifted and how that might fit in God's plan for building the kingdom of God. And I think that's an important task that I hear.
I so deeply long for people to experience the love of God, which is there for them every single moment.
Are you going to wear like a clergy collar?
Man, I don't know. If I'm trying to fit in around here, I probably should. But